to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty.
Okay. We have all the trustees present. I'll open the hearing and privilege of the floor, and if you can
Sure.
state your name and,
Kathy Dwyer, do you mind if I?
yeah, come up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, that's,
I didn't realize that there had been another meeting in the Flint House, so, my name is Kathy. We have lived in the village approximately 28 years. We have 3 beautiful children who have gone through the Scotia Glenville school system. We've always supported the village library. In the past, I've always supported keeping the village post office open. First, I'd like to say I've read many positive things about keeping the Flint House open, but at this point, my understanding is that it's condemned and also has asbestos in it. I do have some questions. Not for answers, but just in general. How many people visit it yearly? Do schools use the Flint House for field trips? Is there any money produced from the house, such as selling books regarding village history? If the village historian is located in the house, if that's where the office is located, I would suggest moving it to our new restored village offices that are going to be done. Those we did, the taxes had to be increased for that, and we did pay for that, so that would be a nice space for that. Basically, me, meaning myself and my husband, have no extra money. The taxes have been increased in the village, in the town, and the county, not to mention increase of food expense at the market is noted in the Scotia. And as noted on the Scotia website, many people noted the national grid bills have gone up, some doubling in the amount they owe. There are a couple of things I'd like to know. Possibly the village could sell the property for $1 for those who want to restore it, and those individuals get seek grants to restore the property themselves. Taxes are definitely not my specialty, but I think that this time the village and towns may have to come up with unique taxing ability, such as if a group of residents want to keep a certain building open, such as a Flint House, those individuals would have to incur the taxes, just like I could see individuals in the tax in the village who do not have children in the district getting a small tax break. And those moving into the village from apartments, who live in apartments with children in the school district, having to endure a tax for those children using our school district. I do think that's an important note. In closing, if this was 20 to 30 years ago when costs were less, I would definitely be supporting a project like this. But at this time, I can't see how we as property owners can be paying additional taxes when we know next year the school taxes will have to go up, and the village and town taxes will also have to go up. Thank you for your time.
it's Kathy Dwyer. If folks who know. Gregory Street.
I don't know if it was on the list behind. Beverly Clark, historian. I wanted to update you on a couple of things. Last week, we had a meeting at the library for people interested in pursuing ways to keep the Flint House going. 17 people came, and there was great interest in reviving the Scotia Historical Society, which would be one of the organizations that could address that problem, and it could in the future. Although I have to say personally, I think there would have to be, and I hope you'd be open to some kind of transition period. Might not happen like day one, but over some way to figure that out. But anyway, we're moving forward on that with the state, and it's possible that we can have that application in by the end of the year, maybe even sooner, to see where we're going from there. So that's moving forward, and there could be a way to get grants along with the village in some fashion as owns the house. I also got, a note, and I believe you might have gotten an email too, Maria forwarded it to me as well, from the Preservation League, about a grant program they have, the, Preservation Opportunity Fund, which is just for situations like this, where you have some crisis, something needs to be stabilized, something needs to be done in short term. Grants are 50/50 match, but they don't have to all come from the village, they could come from various places. And all that's required at this point, and I will probably draft something and send it to you, but it will be due Monday. It's just a letter of intent. It is not an application. It doesn't need any approvals. It's just we're interested. It's very competitive. Then you can, if they choose you, you can then submit an actual application, which would be by the end of November. So I just wanted to let you know, and that I was going to try to write that up, talk to the person. I could send that along to you, and you know, at this point, there's no commitment. We can always withdraw it. They send out the invitations to actually apply in early October. So I just wanted to let you know about that. So there are things out there happening. And if we could stabilize the house for a year or two, that would be just great at that time. That's my opinion. Third, let's see, third and 10. I did read in the newspaper article, and I don't know, I know how that is when you talk to a reporter, you never know. But that Mayor Day said that he would kind of like to decide before the winter about what's going to happen with the hotel. And we can continue to look at things and deal with it in the spring. And so that's my opinion. And that's all I have to say.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else like to address? Oh,
Give me a second to get it.
While Lynn's making her way up, can you, Beverly, could you just email us like some information about like if people want to get involved and they haven't already, what they do or where they,
Yes.
and just a little summary of like where things are at. So I'd just like to send that around.
That'd be great. And I was going to, I'll send you an email about the grant in the morning.
Great.
With various information.
yes.
Hey, Lynn Phil, 221 Glen Ave. Two comments. The first one is, I know that there are project status announcements for the project next door. But they're usually not done at a regular open meeting like this, a work session. So maybe the board might consider now and then doing one at something like this, where more of the public can show up and find out what the status is and how it's going along, and you know what the timing is and what's changed and that sort of thing. The other comment I want to make is about Maple Shade Cemetery, and it is my understanding that the board is aware of the problem with that property and the situation, and I'm hoping that someone is taking it seriously enough to really look into it and find out what can and can't be done. It is a eyesore, along with the fact that there are some legal possibilities or non-legal happening and that sort of thing. The church is responsible for it, and the church should have saved the money, and it's their responsibility to keep that money. And having being one of the family members of at least 3 people that have left substantial bequeaths to the church, it's kind of sad to see that it's gone. So I'm hoping that the board and the community can take some action to continue on with better care in the future.
We've been in touch with them. And trying to understand what to do. And I've reached out on that issue that you brought up.
Well,
And
then
I
you
didn't get a
turn
call
anybody
back,
else's
so
call.
I'm just gonna turn it over to our attorney to look into at this point.
Because they won't return.
Yeah,
the
they didn't
calls.
return the call, so.
They won't return
That's
the American
right.
Baptist Association's calls, they won't return anybody's calls.
So,
Hopefully, legal action can
yeah,
do something.
yeah, I spoke with trustee Cook about it as well.
Just wanted to bring that up.
No, thank you for,
It's- it's-
I appreciate you letting us know.
Yeah, it's tough to find out what's really going on, this.
I didn't get one, so.
Thank you.
Anyone else? With that, I'll close the hearing and privilege of the floor. And I'll move to our regularly scheduled agenda. Number 4,
I can do this one, whereas there's a vacancy in the position of labor in the Department of Public Works, now therefore be resolved that make a motion that Nathaniel Bean is appointed to the position of laborer effective September 15th, 2025.
any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Abstained? So moved. Number 5, 6, and 7 are building change orders.
I can go ahead. Whereas VMJR Companies LLC was a general contractor. All right, I'll make a resolution that the Board of Trustees approves change order number 9 for an increase in the amount of $10,950.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Make a motion, the Board of Trustees approves change order number 10 for a decrease in the amount of $19,578.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
I'll make a motion. Board of Trustees approves change order number 11 for a decrease in the amount of $39,360.
I'll second.
Any questions on that? I didn't think there'd be any decreases here. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
General statement.
Yes. Number 8,
I'll make a motion to authorize purchases for DPW garage door repairs in the amount not to exceed 50,000.
I'll second.
any questions on this? All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So moved.
Make a motion to authorize payment 28 CHA in the amount of $113.95 for engineering services related to Sunset Road Bridge.
I'll second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Number 10,
I'll make a motion. Oh, go ahead, Trustee.
I'll make a motion to approve KB Engineering and Architecture proposal for engineering services in the amount of $12,362 related to Livingston Avenue Development Inspection Services.
I'll second.
any questions on this?
Just to note, everyone, this is actually paid for by the developer.
Right. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Let's make a
Um,
motion
Go ahead, sorry.
to approve DPW surplus item.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Next is a discussion,
Year 4.
New York Forward. I just wanted to give you an update. So as you recall, we approved a contract with Labella to carry out our second attempt at the New York Forward grant. We committed ourselves to move forward with that. They are in developing the plan right now, it's just about done, actually. The plan that they're going to, how they're going to move forward. They already met the bid. They've been already contacting different building owners and different businesses along Mohawk Avenue to judge their interest in moving forward. They've had good luck so far. They have asked the bid to help them identify additional people. Just quickly about the process so that we're clear. Yes, it's a $4.5 million project. The way that the application goes and those, I think we all remember last year what we had to go through, and I know Trustee Cook and Maria and I were on the committee that went and spoke to them. We put forward a series of proposals. These are businesses landlords that want to do improvement to their properties in the village. Bring in housing, different kinds of things. Because we are a housing first community and we just, as you know, got renewed and we are a BOA designated community, we are able to apply for these funds. The next step after submittal is we will be asked hopefully to do a presentation like we did last year. If we are selected, I'd like to say when we're selected, that is when the process of narrowing down who is actually going to be put forward to the state. The village does not make the final selection of who gets the funds. That is done by a committee that the state puts together. And then we start working on the project. But through this, once you are reached a phase where you are approved, the state comes in and provides you with engineering services and architectural drawing services, lots of different things that they help with. They'll help us with planning, they'll help us with generating reimbursement for bills and all that. So the process is moving forward. I think Trustee Cook, you and I were presented at the last one. I think Labella's done a really good job for us. I do want to let you know that they plan on doing a number of outreaches this time, different ways to outreach. They are going to do some open houses. They're not going to do them in the municipal buildings. They're going to try to do them in businesses around the community to bring people in different than what they normally do. They want to do some door-to-door work for people. The last year we sent out a letter and it generated 1 or 2 pieces of interest. So it's moving forward. Any questions on it?
Just a comment, and this really kind of bleeds into the next agenda item.
Yeah.
I think maybe the next one or one of our upcoming strategic planning sessions would be really good to present to the public and engage people around what's happening, the linkage study, Restore New York, New York Forward, like all of the things that are at the parks grant, like the water, like all of the things that are sort of both currently happening, but also are sort of ramping up. I just tend to get a lot of questions from people about that sort of stuff. I think it'd be nice to do a meeting where we tied all that together, sort of talk. And honestly, like that stuff sometimes gets lost in the shuffle that a grant got received and work got done, or what's happening with some of these major projects. I think that'd be good. So sorry, I know
No, that's okay. That's fine. Jump
leads in.
This is less of a question and more of a comment that obviously, we did really well in terms of being competitive, last year. $4.5 million is a pretty transformative grant for a village our size. I just want to make sure that we're keenly aware of the need to have private projects into the mix. And having a balance of public projects and private projects strengthens the application. So I do want to just make sure that Labella, as well as us as a village, are making sure that we're doing outreach to property owners, make sure that they're prepared to do what they need to do to make the improvements that they need to have their businesses and their properties be successful.
They made that very clear at the bid meeting at that state. Sergeant Cook. Agenda items, strategic planning. I would like to, at either this meeting or the next strategic planning meeting, to really put an outline as to the areas where we're thinking should be part of the strategic plan, so that we can identify where we might need some more additional things, but to really put an outline as to what our strategic plan is going to include. That way, I think we can identify what we might be missing from an information, from a opinion perspective, and start moving forward with that. Sound okay?
Yeah, do we have that first meeting, we sort of did a brainstorming thing.
Right, we should
probably pull that out.
Right, we have those
have
notes
it covered already.
But it'd be good to skip down
wanna repeat
what our
what we've heard.
strategic plan is going to sort of look like.
I know, but we have too many meetings talking about other meetings.
Yeah, that's why I
It's gonna be
want
the
to,
sneaky meeting stuff.
Yeah, that's why I want to start moving forward with it. Okay. Um,
So sorry, meetings next week. Should we
I mean,
try to decide something?
yeah, well, you already brought up one.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna start to move to. So I have down, yeah, I'll get you 1 second. So I got your first item down. Sir,
So the power of a strategic plan is being done in form.
yeah,
How, the form of how the plan comes together. So I'm kind of can't help but to feel that we're building the bus while we're in motion. So what I'm actually thinking before the next meeting, before anything, we need to have the form in place. Not just the topics that we're discussing, but, you know, what is it that we're looking at? How are we gonna look at it? What data do we need? What data do we have? And what data do we not have about specific things? So, you know, while we've had many meetings about strategic plans, I'm not entirely sure they've been as fruitful as we would have hoped. And I think some of that is coming down to form and plan. So I almost want to say, not necessarily to hit a reset button, but take the time between now and the next meeting to really get this form and process in place.
Yep.
And I'd be happy to,
we had one in the original and we strayed, as you recall. And
I will be happy to help be the person to keep us on the straight and narrow, because when we stray, it's going to improve, it's going to impact the effectiveness.
I will share with you the form that we had wanted to take for this, and I know we did shift a little, so. That will be our agenda for the next piece then, is to agree on that piece, and then also to touch on, Keith, what you said about the items. And that may even become the next work sessions conversation. Okay, thank you. Department reports, any questions? And anything you guys wanted to throw in extra? Okay,
Thank you.
Make a motion to accept the department report.
Second.
all in favor?
I,
Anyone opposed? Okay. My report. I've been working, and Ryan has reached out a number of times with the Champlain Power Project, to try to mitigate as best we can the disruption that our residents are facing. We're successful in getting at least a barrier set up. They're trying to mitigate the noise as best they can. I think I shared with you the reasons why they're having difficult because of the rock that they've run into. They are working with each of the families that own homes along the way and trying to make amends with them. Some actually are living now in a bed and breakfast or an apartment that they've been able to relocate them. And they've been paying that bill for them. Obviously not doable for everybody, but I think, right, I would say they're doing the best that we can ask for right now, right? Yeah,
It's got a lot better.
yeah.
Yeah.
The snore is hydraulic.
Right.
Noise is now rather than the hammer.
it started off that it was 2 weeks, and I think it's up to 4 weeks at this point. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, he said they're breaking. It's been really difficult, so. I would like to get the board's opinion of doing a proclamation for Mr. Lansing. And similar to what we did with Dairy Circus, possibly putting a second sign in that pays tribute to him. And if the board's okay with it, I'll ask Ryan to look into.
Yeah. there's a lot of stuff.
I definitely-
Given, he's done a lot for this
community and, I think it's the right thing to do. And with family and the community. Yes.
Not only is Jumping Jacks obviously a landmark building at our gateway, I think it's important to also recognize that Mr. Lansing, was instrumental in donating the property that is now Freedom Park. And so there would be no reason to cross Sean Louis if it wasn't, other than going to Jumping Jacks, if it wasn't for his generosity in donating that land that helped build Freedom Park. So I think doing the secondary name for Sean Louis is quite fitting for both.
Agreed. Trustee Solomon. Okay. I want to give you a brief update on the building. Municipal building. We will have, Mr. Ferran be here to do it, but just a brief update. As you can see, the bays of the building have been removed and covered. Most of the police windows are in fact, all of the downstairs of the police department is blocked in. They started to put some bricks to see how the bricks were going to match. They're looking at a couple of different ways of doing it. They have just about, Ryan, I think I'm correct in here, they just about finished a lot of the demo. Most of the demo inside is done. We had a little bit of complaining that they start at 5 in the morning. But they've decided they're going to do quiet work now that early in the morning. You'll see that the illustrious garage door is no longer there in the front. So they're going to be working next on the front entrance. After the front entrance, they are going to start working on the sally port. I believe, unless you heard differently, Ryan, but my understanding is that they want to definitely be closed in by snowfall with all the outside work being done. I can tell you that the HVAC and plumbing have done or have started their roughing work. Verizon has made a decision. They're keeping their antenna exactly where it is, and they're not going to move the equipment upstairs. That was the original design, to keep it in the building, so it's not any difference for us. And
So
you know,
you're going to have that space.
it would have been great to have that space, correct. I think, according to John, who's our on-site person, things have been going very well. They've been easy to work with, so things are moving forward. Oktoberfest, I won't be here for the Oktoberfest. I'm hoping that somebody can step in, I know, and help with Oktoberfest. If people could figure out a schedule, I'll send something around. If people can take a couple hours, we're going to be sharing with the bid again, our table with the bid. So I'll send something around to folks, and if you can sign up for some time, that'd be great. We'll be there when we can be there. I'm unfortunately not going to be here this year. It's an Oktoberfest in September. I want to do a quick update with the school. You folks may have seen that we sent out a update on traffic safety. After back and forth, the village decided that we were going to do our own. I would like to call out Jeremy for doing a great job in putting it together in cooperation with the school district. Got a lot of good feedback that people were happy we sent that out. I'm not exactly sure how things have been going traffic wise, but I will ask Jeremy to fill us in for the next meeting. Does anybody have any, you have a child in school and,
I do.
and you know, and so, There is also, and I wanted to let folks know, they asked me to let people know. There's 7, I believe, committees have been formed. Ranging everything from school closure to curriculum to many different topics that people can join. Work groups. And my understanding is that they're looking for people to participate. So they asked me if I would mention that.
Who do you contact for that?
It's online. It's on the school website. Trustee Cook asked me if I would do a resolution. He was kind enough to share it. If you don't mind, I'll read it. And this is a resolution recognizing September 2025 is Hunger Action Month in the Village of Scotia. This is Hunger Action Month. And we just wanted to make sure that we were in recognition, whereas hunger and food insecurity impacts 47 million people and 1 in 5 children across the United States, including residents of the Village of Scotia. And whereas the United Way 2025 State of Alice in New York reports find that while 7.8 million households live below the poverty level, 33% more have income above the poverty level, but not enough to make ends meet. And whereas the same report identifies that nearly 1/3 of the neighbors in the town of Glenville, including the Village of Scotia, face financial hardship and must choose between paying bills and buying groceries. And whereas it is well documented that food insecurity has negative effects on physical health, mental well-being, child development, and overall stability of households. Whereas people in every neighborhood, including ours, work hard to feed themselves and their families. And everyone deserves access to nutritious food needed to live healthy, active lives. And whereas hunger and food insecurity are problems that can be solved in collaboration within community is essential to end hunger in the Village of Scotia. Whereas various organizations volunteer in our community, such as the Regional Food Bank of Northeastern New York, the Scotia Glenville Food Pantry, the Fresh Table Community Pantry, and the School Back program supported by the First Reformed Church of Scotia and Trinity Presbyterian Church in Glenville, along with Scotia Relief and numerous faith communities and service organizations are dedicated to bringing the gap between paychecks and plates by providing nutritious food to our neighbors in need. And whereas by public awareness and encouraging community action, we can strengthen local efforts to ensure our neighbors, especially families and seniors, have the food they need, not just to survive, but to thrive. Now therefore be resolved that the Village of Scotia Board of Trustees hereby declare September 2025 is Hunger Action Month in the Village of Scotia. And we call upon all residents, businesses, and organizations to join in efforts to combat hunger and food insecurity in our community. Thank you.
I'd like to make a motion to accept that resolution and declare it.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? So moved. Thank you. Thank you. Next, let me start on the left this time. George, would you like to start with the liaison special committee reports, if any?
We planned with, we had a planning board meeting, which was exciting. It's so great to see some projects still moving forward. There was a historian meeting I unfortunately didn't hear about, so that is working towards interest in process for working on the Flint House and trying to make that more operational building within the village. So I'm looking forward to seeing the results of that. As Mayor Cheryl said, the project moves forward. It's I did get a chance to attend a meeting for that this past month, and it's great to see some of the process they have in place. And again, our project manager is continues to do a great job for us. So thanks to her.
Thanks. Thank you, sir.
So zoning board of appeals has not met since our last meeting. My understanding is there may be
Yes.
a couple coming our way after some stuff happening with the planning board, so stay tuned for that. In terms of special events, my understanding is that there's a group that is trying to meet about Holiday on the Ave. Probably more details to come on that. I know we need to circle back to some of the proposals that we were batting back and forth about what to do about special events and specifically for that committee. So we'll get back to that. On the fire department side, she gave most of the information, all of the information really in his monthly report. I don't have much to add to that. I think that's it.
Thank you.
I'll go next. The traffic safety meeting, I don't know when that was going to be, and we'll speak with the chief after that meeting, and we'll have updates for the public. Wanted to wish all the children, teachers, administration a good back to school year. Have a safe year, have a great year. I also the lacrosse team, the high school lacrosse team, they are accepting empty bottle donations. They'll be at your house on September 13th, and just put it out, just a bag there and they'll pick it up. The railroad, great progress, so happy that that's being done, big difference in the community, so thank you. So, yeah.
Thank you.
So for the police department, I just want to let everybody know that the police department's added a great section of their website talking about the speed limit change to 25 miles per hour. It's the first of what will be a series of changes and updates really geared towards education that will hopefully have a meaningful impact. They do a really great job in spelling out some of the reasons why. And I want to encourage folks to make sure they go to the website and read that. Obviously, back to school time means Jeremy's back in the schools. I was actually at the game on Friday, the football game, and he was there. It was last Friday.
I didn't see you. I was there.
Yeah, I was there. He joined the Scotia Alumni Association actually that night. So it was a difficult game, but lots of smiles, and Jeremy as was one of the most well-liked people there. So thank you to him for that. You are going to notice on Cuthbert some high visibility pedestrian yield to pedestrian signs and traffic safety signs that were put out at the request of Chief Adam. It's all part of the Scotia Police Department's ongoing efforts to increase pedestrian safety throughout the village. So I want to encourage everyone to monitor those. And a reminder too that back to school time means that school buses are active and you must stop on both sides. And the town of Glenville is working to onboard all the cameras that are automatically going to give you a lovely ticket when you do yield to those stoplights. So I don't have a specific update with regards to when the speed limit signs will be updated. Obviously, the department is going to be researching grants to help cover the cost of those. So it's all part of the phased approach they mentioned. And speed limit at 25 can't be enforced until those signs are up. So again, part of the phased approach is to do an awareness campaign. So in terms of Freedom Park, the season ended in August, and it was a great season, but next season is the 50th anniversary season. And it is a big year for Freedom Park, and I look forward to the start of that season, as well as a pretty big finale of that season as well, celebrating 50 years of music center stage right here in the village of Scotia. The bid did have a meeting where Devin from Labella did meet, as the mayor mentioned in his report, with bid businesses to give them an update on the New York Forward grant. I do want to take a little bit of time during these comments to recognize that tomorrow is a National Day of Remembrance and Service. And in particular, we're grateful to the police and firefighters that responded to, ground zero at 9/11 in New York City, to the field in Pennsylvania, and the Pentagon in Washington DC. And we take time to remember and honor, those who lost their life, in service to their country and their community. And I think it's important, for us here to never forget that. And we do have a generation coming that is now born after 2001. But for those of us, we will always remember where we were.
I was gonna just mention, in addition to that, that tomorrow there is a remembrance, that's taking place at Max 411 that I'm been told to make sure I invite everyone that is available to make it, to go. They put it on every year. They have a nice agenda. They do a nice job. We'll be represented there with our flag hanging from our ladder truck.
5 o'clock, right?
5 o'clock. 5 o'clock. It's usually hour and 10 minutes. I would tell you, those that are questioning, it's a very non-political. If you've been there, it is really a beautiful ceremony of paying tribute to those. And you will see parents who lost family members, and you will see firefighters who went down there to help. Just, you won't be able to see them, so. Next on our agenda,
Make a motion to approve the budget adjustments for the month of August.
Second.
any questions? All in favor?
All right. Make a motion to approve the municipal facilities project audit claims phase 1.
Second.
And I just want to add to that, Sean asked me to add to the resolution that payment is pending receival of all final warranties. So,
Pending receipt of final warranties. from-
Yeah.
Second amended resolution.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
Make a motion to approve this municipal facilities project audit claims phase 2.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So moved. Audit of claims?
I'll make a motion to approve the audit claims.
Yes. For second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Those are the two gentlemen who review all the audited claims.
Yeah, really.
Shout out to the finance.
Yeah. Approval of the minutes?
Make a motion to approve the minutes from the July 1st, 2025 Village Board of Trustees work session.
I'll second.
Any questions? All in favor?
I abstain.
George, I need one more here.
Here,
Yes.
yes. Joji.
Okay,
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the August 13th, 2025 Village Board of Trustees regular meeting.
Second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Make a motion to approve the minutes of the August 18th, 2025 Village Board of Trustees work session.
Second.
Any questions? All in favor?
Aye.
So moved. New business, just want to let folks know, be a little bit careful on Mohawk Avenue. For a couple of days, there's construction going on, out front of the firehouse. It's on the other side of the road, but they're digging up the road. Right, you know how long you said it would take them? Okay. All right. But the traffic has been diverted, so. That, I just want to let folks know, we also, put up a temporary no parking sign directly across from where the, dumpster is, only because cars were having difficulty coming down when there was another car that was stopped there, and so, just to make it easier, it's temporary. It's not gonna be a permanent, piece there. When the dumpster is gone, we'll be able to take that out of the way. That's all I had for new business. Anyone else?
Yes, I'd like to actually formally put on the board's docket, for future work session, the creation of a comprehensive park plan. While I do believe this park plan will contribute towards the strategic plan. I do think it is a separate entity of itself. I submitted a copy of the proposal to everyone via email last week. And really, the purpose of it is to document and assess the current park assets, review the current environment and wildlife habitats, clearly articulate the vision and identity for each village park, outline opportunities for new assets and park improvements, prioritize upgrades, investments, identify funding opportunities and partnerships, as well as engage residents and stakeholders to ensure the plan reflects community needs and values. This would be, done through a task force similar to the Envision Scotia. And in some ways, the proposal mimics that of the Envision Scotia. A couple clarifying things: this is not established a new park board by any means. This is the planning board. And oftentimes, the community engagement that comes from a planning process like this makes it stronger and more advantageous when applying for grants.
Thank you. Any other new business? I don't believe I need to go into executive, we handled it
Motion to adjourn.
already. So with that, motion to adjourn,
So
any? All in favor?
Aye.
Right.